Hey there, it's Thursday, August 12th, the Thursday of my week-long vacation, and I finished a couple more books, so I wanted to check in. I finished a audiobook called My Planet, and it is by Mary Roach, who I really enjoy her nonfiction books that are sort of popular science books. But this was a collection of columns that she wrote in the Reader's Digest magazine in the early 2000s, like 2002, 2003, and they're all about just regular life, marriage, family, just random, what it's like day-to-day living. And they were quite amusing, but also quite dated because there's various topics in there that just don't, they're not items that we use anymore already. So like rotary dial phones and other things like that she discusses that are just like not things that we use anymore. Even music CDs, which we still do use, but are becoming much less common. But they were quite amusing. It's about a 4-hour audiobook, so it was a lot of fun to listen to while I've been taking my walks in the morning. Really enjoyed it. Each little chapter was probably like 3 or 4 minutes long because that was the length of those columns in the Reader's Digest, and really enjoyed listening to that on audiobook. And then this morning I finished this romance novel, The Lion's Daughter by Loretta Chase. This was originally published in 1992 and then was republished sometime later. I picked it up like at a library book sale or something. It's been on my ancient TBR for a long time, so I just grabbed this one figuring it'd be a good vacation read, and it was a quick read. It did have a trope that I don't love, which is a late 20s hero, and then the heroine is 18 when they meet, and he thinks she's much younger, so he's like berating himself for his attraction to this teenage girl, basically. And yeah, okay, 18 at the time. This takes place, I think, in the 1800s. Would have been perfectly fine for a 29-year-old to be with a 18-year-old, but it was just gross the way that they interacted with each other in the beginning. And all the other thing that this book is a road trip type book. They first meet. The young lady in question is the daughter of a English lord who has been living in Albania, and this man is a ne'er-do-well gambler and wastrel, and they end up running into each other, and they have to like flee across Albania in very rough conditions. And this road trip, this journey that they're on, ends up taking them all the way to England. And so the plot itself is just highly ridiculous. The romance, while was just not to my taste in terms of the trope that it was, but it was an entertaining, mindless sort of read. So, I've liked Loretta Chase's books in the past. I used to read her all the time back in, the 1990s when I was more into romance, but I don't think I'd be picking up any more. This is the first book in a series. I don't think I'd pick up any more in this particular series. I didn't enjoy it enough for that. So yeah, that's where we're at today. We are getting ready to take a ride down to a place about an hour away from here where there is a very delicious Mexican takeout. So I will take you along for the ride with me. August 13th, Friday, and I finished another book. This is The Cost of Living by Deborah Levy. This is an essay collection, quite a slim little thing that she wrote when she was around 50 years old, and her marriage had just split up, so she's thinking about, the things that women have to deal with in terms of marriage, family, raising children, careers, all that kind of thing. And it really is a lovely collection. There are some essays in here that just really struck a chord with me. They really hit home. In particular, there was one where she talks about her mom, the last few weeks that her mom was alive in the hospital with a terminal illness. And the only thing her mom could eat were like Freezy Pops, I forget what they're called in England, but in the United States, Freezy Pops. And she only likes certain flavors or whatever. And like, it really details that stage of grief and worry and just disbelief at what you're going through when your mind just doesn't work properly and you just make weird decisions about things and you're sort of running on autopilot and like just emotionally unable to like really function. And I just thought she captured that feeling and that period of time that we've all been through or will go through at some point so well, as well as just really thoughtful ideas about what it is to be a woman in today's world, how unseen women are in different ways. And it's not just having to do with age and beauty, but just because of the way society is structured, and how men only see women through certain lenses. And I just thought it was really thoughtful and really thought-provoking. I really enjoyed my time spent with this essay collection. So yeah, I would highly recommend this one, especially if you like essays, if you like thinking about feminist issues, or if you like, discussions of like what it's like to live in the world as a woman. I think this is very well done. So it is the last Friday of my staycation. Only 2 more days left after today. Sad times. But I do expect to have a lovely day today. It's supposed to be quite hot. We have a heat warning for later this afternoon. It's supposed to be, close to 100 with humidity and everything, which is just, for me up here in Maine, it's just unreasonably hot temperatures. So thankfully I'm here at the lake and will be spending much of my day on the boat or swimming in the water. So I will check back in with you later.